soon after I finished The House on Fortune Street, and I don't mean after it was published, I mean after I sort of handed it in to my editor, I was at a bookshop in Newtonville in Boston, and I was conducting a book club about Jane Eyre. And I read Jane Eyre when I was 9 years old, and at that time I felt that I had quite a number of points in common with Jane. And so I had long cherished the novel, and despite teaching it on a number of occasions, had, I think, made that typical naive reader's mistake of thinking that the similarities between Jane's life and my own were part of the reason I appreciated the novel. And then I was in this bookshop with maybe 30 people who passionately loved the novel, and they were American. They, for the most part, had robust families. They had never attended terrible boarding schools. They hadn't had men fall at their feet on the ice. You know, not that that's happened to me, but I'm still hopeful. So that really brought home to me how much deeper Bronte's accomplishment is than appealing to mere superficial commonalities. And I went home from that book club, and a few weeks later I found myself hiding my copy of Jane Eyre on a very high shelf in my workroom and starting to write a novel about a girl called Gemma Hardy, who is the same age as Jane Eyre when the novel opens, and who is clearly going to have to make her own way in the world. And I was alternately elated and horrified when I realized what I was doing. It seemed a very quixotic and presumptuous quest in many ways.